What's up, everybody? Happy Friday. Hope all you're having a great day so far today. It is hot as shit today. Like, it is, I want to say like 80 degrees or something today. It is hot. It feels hotter than that because I feel like it's humid air today. Like, it feels hotter than the devil's ass right now. Like, ugh. That's the one thing about summer I can't stand heat. It'd be too damn hot and humid. Um, because now I gotta break my AC back out. Um, So anyway, getting into this episode of GH, I am so freaking happy that Jordan finally chose herself for once. Like she finally, and that's what I said yesterday in my review, my yesterday's review. Um, I was hoping that her finding out him moving back in was the catalyst to her finally closing the door on their relationship because she needs it. And I totally agree with everything Jordan said. She's been in limbo for the last couple years since he filed for divorce. You know, she has not dated because subliminally subconsciously, she wanted to hold out hope that one day they'd be together again. You know what I mean? And it's like she needs to let that go. Let him go. And I'm glad she finally did it. I'm glad she chose herself and she chose to finally move on. Because Curtis, he's been gaslighting her. He's been playing with her. He's been playing with Portia. I understand, it's true. You can't have feelings for multiple people at one time. You can. You definitely can. But, at the end of the day, you shouldn't go back to an ex if you haven't settled what's going on with your current situation. If you haven't, you know, settled anything with the current situation, don't go back to the past situation. Like, don't do that. Because now you just played with her feelings. Got her head all souped up, got her all happy, thinking that y'all was gonna reconcile, and boom, you back at your house with your wife. Like, yeah, you in separate bedrooms or whatever, but so what? You still back in the same home as her. You know what I'm saying? You still walking around acting like her husband. You still got her wedding ring on. She still got your wedding ring on. You know what I mean? It's like, hell no. And I'm glad Jordan is not accepting that. She need to move on. Jordan is just too gorgeous and too smart and accomplished to be sitting here wasting away over somebody who playing games. You know what I mean? It's like, no, don't waste your time on him. Move on. It is plenty of fish in the sea. She need to go find somebody who gonna treat her right. And I'm glad she walked out on his ass. Curtis need to reevaluate his situation. He need to figure out what's going on with him and Portia, and he need to focus on that, and he need to focus on moving forward with that marriage, and he need to focus on Trina. Trying to build the relationship with her. That's where his focus needs to be. And of course, keeping an eye on Miss Wu, because ain't no telling what else she got going on at that club. Like, he just got a lot going on right now, and I'm glad, Jordan just was like, you know what, I can't be a part of everything that you got going on. Like, I'm a lift that burden off of both of us, and I'm gonna go. I loved it. I loved every second of it. Well deserved. Um. So anyway, moving on from that, I am so happy that they finally got some damn evidence against Esme. I said it's about time. Like, Victor from Beyond the Grave has finally done something right. I'm like, finally, sir, you are actually looking out for family. It was so funny because when Spencer was like, I wonder, like, what fresh hell is this? When they was at the bank. When he said that phrase, you know what that reminded me of? And I use that phrase all the time now because of Alexis. Alexis said that years ago, back in like 2010. I remember that episode exactly. It was right after Kiefer. It was right around the time Kiefer had beat Christina. And Helena was back home. And I think it was around the time Elizabeth was pregnant and they thought the baby was Nicholas's, little Aiden. And I remember Helena was sitting in the living room, I believe, sipping tea, and Alexis walked in, and, Helena, of course, was like, hi, Natasha. And she was like, what fresh hell is this? That shit reminded me of that scene. I remember that scene vividly, too. Because Helena was talking about if it was one of her kids that got beat by somebody, she would have gotten her sports car and rolled over their bones. I remember that vividly, quite vividly. But yeah, I don't blame, Spencer for being cautious about opening up that box because you can never tell with Victor. You never can tell with that man. He's nuts. But at least they got the proof that, Esme committed those crimes. Drugging Trina, buying the drugs. They got all of it. They got everything they need. And I love that Trina did not hesitate. She was like, let's take this shit to the PCPD now. I agree. Normally, I would say I would hold on to that evidence and I would use it as blackmail. I would use it. I would definitely use that shit. I would turn it over to the proper authorities right now. I would. Amnesia or no amnesia. Y'all finally got the smoking gun. Use it. You know what I'm saying? Use it. I wouldn't sit on it. Hell no. Because ain't no telling when her memory gonna come back. And she's still gonna be the same little bitch when that memory come back. I would get rid of her now. Like, ain't no wait. Don't even sit on that. Spencer, get her. You know what I mean? This is your time. This is what you've been looking for all this time. Get her. So anyway, moving on from that. It's about time they showed Austin and Mason and stuff like that, because I was wondering what was going on with that situation. I feel like Roger Howarth is so underused on the show. Like, he's just so underutilized up here. I hate it for him. I really do, because with his talents, it's like he deserves a better story than what he's given. You know, he deserves to be on a little bit more. But when you have a bloated cast, it's kind of hard, you know, because you got to shift people around. You got to, it's a lot of maneuvering when you got such a huge cast of contract people, recurring people. It's hard, but he deserves better. Ava is doing everything she can to shut this down. Like, she do not want Laura going over there or whatever. Because that country is shit. And even Valentine warned Laura that the country is a mess right now. So she shouldn't even be going. But, you know, Laura, she's strong-minded. You know, she's very strong-willed. She's gonna go. I think trying to get her not to go by just going over there, you know, saying, oh, she shouldn't be going, it's just gonna raise suspicion. So I agree with Austin on that. But they got to figure out something. You know, if they want to keep this secret about what happened to Nicholas, they're going to have to come up with something and come up with something quick. And of course, here go Mason popping his ass up. I want to know who this boss is that he got. And what does this have to do with Ava? Because him and the boss want Ava to work her connections, specifically her family. Are we bringing another Jerome on? Like, what are we doing? I know Julian dead. Ain't no way Julian is alive. We seen that man in a body bag. Unless they gave him some sort of miracle drug that can bring him back. But maybe Olivia. I don't know. I mean, the Jeromes had a lot of siblings, though. They had a lot of family members. So maybe they are bringing on a new Jerome. Who knows? But I wonder what him and his boss want from Ava and her family. Like, what is it that... Because she hasn't been in the mob in some years, so... What could he possibly want? See, I like this because it's interesting. I just wish that they would show this story more. You know what I mean? Like, we would get to the meat and potatoes of Mason and who this boss is. Because I hate when they show them one day and then we don't see them again for another 3-4 months. I hate that. It's so annoying. Because I get so invested in it. So anyway, moving on from that. It's about damn time Sonny done told Dante about him and Nina getting married and whatnot. You know, of course, Dante is... happy about it, which I'm not surprised. Dante has been supportive of Sonny over things. It's about freaking time, bro. Olivia finally believes Ned. It's about time that she's finally acting like a supportive wife for once. Because I hate that Ned is getting all this blame without any proof. It's like Sonny's just jumping on the bandwagon. You know, oh, I blame you for this. And, oh, well, you did join in with Valentine, which caused Carly to lose a lot of money or half her hotel. How is that Ned's fault? For one, Ned didn't know about that. He didn't know Carly invested. 2, that's Carly's fault. A lot of this is on Carly. And I agree with Dante. Carly is guilty of what she's accused of. I'm like, it's about time some people said it with some sense. You know, it's like, it's ridiculous that everybody wants to blame whoever tipped off the feds. It doesn't matter at this point who tipped off the feds. It was true. How you gonna condemn somebody for telling the truth? It was the truth. She's guilty, plain as day. So blaming people is like, what is it gonna do for the case? Okay, you find out who tipped off the feds. It's not gonna help Carly. It's not a crime to tip the feds off about a crime. It's not a crime. You know, so of course, you know, Sonny with his usual threats. I'm like, Sonny, go sit down somewhere. And I agree with Dante. Sonny need to stop publicly threatening people. You would think after all these years in the business, he would know that. Like, stop threatening folks in public. Like, that's not going to bode well for you if something were to happen to that person. You dumb. Stop doing that. You know, it's just dumb. Him and Nina just need to wrap up them little wedding plans, because I got a feeling that wedding ain't gonna happen. When the shit hit the fan, Sonny, it's gonna. I hope it's a major blowback. I hope so. I hope those scenes are just straight reckless. Like, I know somebody gonna be yelling at Nina ass. I already know it. So moving on from that. Jocelyn and Dex. I get so annoyed by them because it's like they just don't do nothing but talk about Sonny and this situation. That's just literally all they talk about. I don't know why she keeps thinking that it's on her to protect her mother. Like, if your mother told you to let this go and she's not gonna snitch on Sonny, why not just let it go? Like, you just gonna create more drama and more issues. Like, just let it go. The same way she loyal to Dex and she barely knows Dex, Carly and Sonny have known each other for decades now. That loyalty is still very much there. They both have hurt each other throughout the years. But even when the chips are down, they got each other back too. Like, Jocelyn needs to understand that term, loyalty. You know what I mean? Like, come on now. So if Dex does something to piss her off, she gonna turn state's evidence against him? That goes to show you're not loyal. It's like, so when the chips are down, you ain't got his back? Like, come on now. She just need to let that go. And Dex sitting there talking about, oh, I'm in love with you. I don't understand how folks be in love with somebody that they don't know nothing about. I don't get it. Jocelyn knows nothing about this guy. She don't know his mama, his daddy. She don't know if he got siblings. Like, she literally knows nothing about him. His childhood, his upbringing. Like, you know nothing about him. Do he have any crazy genes that run in the family? Like, you know nothing. And yet y'all all in love now? Come on now. Give me a break. Ridiculous. So moving on from that, Michael is another one. He don't know when to be quiet. You know, so basically the truce that he has with Sonny, that was fake, obviously, because he has no problem with throwing Sonny under the bus, even if Willow did ask him not to, in order to save Carly. And I love how Carly is not bending. Like, she's not bending on this. Like, she's like, listen, I'm not turning him in. Let that be that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to keep having that conversation. She's basically telling him, like, let this go. And what Michael and Jocelyn need to understand is, you turn that evidence in, it's going to cause more problems than good. Like, you think that, oh, with Sonny being in prison, the family is good, we're good. No. You are creating a shitstorm if you put that video out there. You are creating blowback that the family may not survive. You know, Sonny may not be able to protect you if that video goes out. It's a lot more people in that video than just Sonny. It's going to be a lot of issues. So I'm glad, you know, Carly basically told him, put the kibosh on that damn video, because you opening up a shitstorm. And I want to see what her reaction going to be when she find out Jocelyn know about that she know about the video. Like, her kids just need to go sit down and let her be an adult and let her figure this out herself. You know, it's like, this is her problem. Let her figure it out. It's not for y'all. It's for her. So anyway, that's pretty much the whole episode. Hit the comment section. Let me know what you all thought. I will see you all later. Have a great day. Have a great weekend. Hope you all have a good one. Peace.